Democrats in the media are now unloading their nasty attacks on running Trump White House star and new press secretary Karoline Leavitt.
A daytime TV scandal of unprecedented scale might be unfolding before our eyes. The View is facing a major crisis, plummeting viewership, intense controversy, and a legal battle that could shake the show to its core. And this time, there may be no easy way out. At the center of the storm is Karoline Leavitt, a sharp, fearless conservative voice who has flipped the show's latest controversy into a staggering $800 million lawsuit. Reports suggest that Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, and Whoopi Goldberg, some of The View's most prominent hosts, are scrambling behind the scenes, desperate to contain the fallout. The irony? These same figures who built their brand on tough-talking political critiques now find themselves on the defensive, seeking public sympathy as their own words come back to haunt them. But make no mistake, this isn't just another bump in the road for The View. This lawsuit carries serious weight and could have lasting repercussions for the show's future. Will it survive the storm, or are we witnessing the downfall of one of daytime TV's most iconic talk shows? One thing's certain, the drama is far from over. Stay tuned.
Well, listen. If you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
This legal battle could spell disaster for The View, potentially leading to massive financial repercussions for its top hosts. If the case doesn't go their way, the fallout could be severe. Behind the scenes, rumors suggest they're privately urging Karoline Leavitt to back down before things spiral further out of control. But here's the catch. She has no intention of making it easy for them. So what exactly did The View say that ignited this legal firestorm? Karoline's response was nothing short of a game changer, sending the show's legal team scrambling in damage control mode. According to insiders, her move was so unexpected, so explosive, that it reportedly blindsided the entire network. Now, the $800 million question looms: is ABC seriously considering pulling the plug on The View to escape further controversy? Multiple sources claim that network executives are growing increasingly frustrated with the mounting legal challenges. If the situation escalates, they may decide it's time to cut their losses and end the show once and for all. And if you think the chaos stops here, think again. The storm is just beginning. Karoline Leavitt remains at the center of it all, and this time, there's no holding back.
Divisive and disgusting speech that any president, certainly in my lifetime, has ever given. He essentially waged war on half of the country by saying that we are all a threat to democracy because we believe in putting America first. It's not radical to want to put your country and your own people first. It's not radical to want to have a strong border, a strong military, and to unleash the might of your own economy, not economies around the world. We have seen cultural Marxism trickling its way through every institution in this country. The public school system, the higher education university system, Hollywood, big tech, the corrupt mainstream media that I fought against in President Trump's White House are indoctrinating my generation of Americans into hating our country, hating one another based on race and gender and sex and all of this other BS.
They launched their attack the way they always do, rushing to judgment, hurling insults, and trying to discredit. But this time, they may have crossed a line, setting themselves up for serious backlash. It all started with Joy Behar, who wasted no time dismissing Karoline Leavitt's achievements as nothing more than a handout from former President Trump. With absolute certainty, Joy declared that Karoline wasn't talented, hadn't worked for her success, and only got where she was because Trump deemed her attractive. Wait, are we really suggesting that a woman's career in today's world is entirely dependent on her looks? And this is coming from the same show that constantly champions female empowerment. The contradiction is staggering. They preach about lifting women up, yet here they are, reducing one's success to nothing more than perceived favoritism from a man. But Joy wasn't the only one stirring controversy. Whoopi Goldberg quickly jumped in, taking it a step further. Instead of merely questioning Karoline's qualifications, she implied that without embracing woke ideology, Karoline wouldn't have a career at all. So are we now saying that intelligence, ambition, and hard work no longer matter? That success is only for those who align with a certain political narrative? The irony is impossible to ignore. A show that claims to break barriers is now enforcing them, using political bias as its weapon of choice. And then came Sunny Hostin, who took things even further. For her, it wasn't just about Karoline's looks or political stance. She dismissed Karoline's entire career as if it held no weight at all, as if her achievements meant nothing. The hypocrisy couldn't be clearer. A platform that constantly calls for fairness and inclusivity is now openly undermining a woman's success simply because she doesn't fit their agenda. But here's the real question: did The View just go too far? And will there be consequences this time? Let me know your thoughts below, because this conversation is far from over.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though. It's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous job.
For Sunny Hostin didn't hold back when she took aim at Karoline Leavitt, suggesting that her success wasn't truly earned, but merely a product of privilege. Yes, you heard that right. According to her, hard work wasn't the driving force behind Leavitt's rise. It wasn't her perseverance in an industry that often sidelines conservatives. Instead, The View painted a picture of someone handed opportunities on a silver platter. The backlash was immediate and intense. Viewers wasted no time calling out what they saw as blatant hypocrisy. After all, how often has The View championed the idea of uplifting women, breaking barriers, and celebrating female achievements? How many times have they preached about shattering glass ceilings? Yet the moment a woman from the other side of the political spectrum gains recognition, that support seems to vanish. One viral comment summed it up perfectly: if you're conservative, the rules don't apply. It's open season on you. And just when it seemed like the controversy couldn't escalate further, things took another dramatic turn.
Yeah, I would like this young lady this is her first job, I would like her to do a little homework. Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this. And now to hear you talk about it and to hear anybody talk about the wokeness was put in place for a reason. Because black people couldn't get into colleges. Because women could not get into the colleges they wanted to go to. This is all women. Yeah. See, this is not black, Asian women. This is all women. Women were not invited to this party. It was a man's world, and we busted our asses to make sure that this was a person's world.
This commentator said, Whoopi is mansplaining the press secretary job to Karoline Leavitt. Hilarious.
4. No one saw Karoline Leavitt's response coming. Instead of engaging in a social media war or launching a PR campaign to defend herself, she took the most strategic and devastating approach possible. She didn't just fire back, she went for the jugular. Karoline didn't waste time with Twitter debates or media appearances. Instead, she went straight to the courts, hitting The View where it hurt the most: their bank accounts. Her move? A staggering $800 million lawsuit that sent shockwaves through the industry. But this isn't just another celebrity legal battle. This case is shaping up to be a landmark fight over defamation, slander, and the silencing of conservative voices in mainstream media. Karoline isn't looking for a public apology or a quiet settlement. She wants justice. And if the reports are true, she has mountains of evidence to back her claims. Behind the scenes, ABC is in full-blown crisis mode. Executives, caught off guard, are scrambling to contain the fallout. Advertisers, nervous about the potential financial implications, are reconsidering their partnerships. The View's legal team is reportedly in chaos as the network's top brass struggle to navigate what could become a multi-million-dollar disaster. And here's the twist: those who publicly mocked Karoline are now privately panicking. Insiders suggest that Joy Behar, who had been quick to dismiss Karoline's achievements, is now looking for a way to smooth things over. Even Whoopi Goldberg is said to be feeling the heat. With so much at stake, the show's biggest personalities are suddenly facing the very scrutiny they once dished out so freely. This isn't just about Karoline, it's about a much bigger issue. Her lawsuit has ignited a national conversation about bias in the media, with many arguing that The View has long sidelined conservative voices. If Karoline's legal team proves their case, the consequences could be catastrophic for the show, potentially even leading to its downfall. But is ABC willing to go that far to protect its brand? Sources suggest that network executives are growing increasingly frustrated. If this lawsuit drags on and advertisers pull out, they may have no choice but to cut their losses, and The View could be the first casualty. And the irony? The same hosts who built their careers on calling out injustice are now facing a reckoning of their own. The same show that claims to uplift women is now accused of tearing one down simply because of her political beliefs. The hypocrisy is undeniable. So what exactly did The View say that sparked this legal firestorm? It all started when Joy Behar took a jab at Karoline's success, dismissing her accomplishments as nothing more than a favor from Donald Trump. Her exact words: "The only reason she's where she is today is because Trump thinks she's a 10. Wait, are we seriously suggesting that a woman's career is only valid if a man finds her attractive?" This from the same show that preaches female empowerment. The backlash was immediate, with critics calling out the blatant double standard, and it didn't stop there. Whoopi Goldberg piled on, suggesting that if Karoline weren't conservative, she wouldn't even have a job. Sunny Hostin took it a step further, implying that Karoline's success wasn't earned, but was merely a product of privilege. The response from the public was swift. Social media erupted with accusations of hypocrisy, with many pointing out that The View has spent years promoting women's achievements, except when those women don't align with their ideology. But rather than playing the victim, Karoline Leavitt flipped the script. She didn't whine. She didn't beg for sympathy. She took action. Now, with an $800 million lawsuit hanging over The View's head, the question is no longer whether Karoline will back down, it's whether ABC will. Could this lawsuit mark the beginning of the end for one of daytime TV's most controversial shows? One thing's certain, this fight is far from over. What do you think? Did The View go too far, or is this just another media spectacle? Drop your thoughts below, because this conversation is just getting started.
Dang, Rowan, I couldn't do that at 27. No nonsense, straight to the point, courage.
4. She didn't waste time with social media feuds or endless back and forth arguments. Instead, Karoline Leavitt went straight for the jugular, their finances. And were they prepared? Not even close. Rather than getting caught up in online drama, Karoline took a bold and calculated step. She hit The View where it hurt the most. No Twitter rants, no drawn out debates, just one decisive legal move that sent shockwaves through the industry. She filed a staggering $800 million lawsuit against The View, igniting a firestorm behind the scenes. But this isn't just another celebrity lawsuit, it's a full-blown legal showdown. Karoline's legal team is going after The View for defamation, slander, and intentional harm to her career and reputation. And she's not looking for a quiet settlement or a half-hearted apology, she's demanding justice. Inside sources claim that The View's legal team is in disarray, scrambling to contain the damage. But this case isn't just about Karoline, it's about something bigger, a deep-rooted issue within mainstream media. According to her legal complaint, she's exposing what she calls a long-standing pattern of conservative voices being misrepresented or silenced on the show, and she reportedly has years worth of evidence to prove it. If her claims hold up in court, The View could be facing one of its biggest crises yet. And it's not just The View that's sweating. ABC is said to be in full-blown panic mode. Executives never saw this coming, and now they're dealing with a high-stakes legal battle that could put a serious dent in their advertising revenue. Insiders suggest that some sponsors are already reconsidering their partnerships, wary of being tied to a show that could soon be drowning in legal trouble. Meanwhile, behind closed doors, the same hosts who once dismissed Karoline are reportedly scrambling for damage control. Imagine Joy Behar, who openly mocked Karoline's credentials, now trying to find a way to smooth things over. Even Whoopi Goldberg, known for her unwavering stance, is said to be feeling the pressure. With everything unfolding at a breakneck pace, one thing is certain, this battle is far from over.
Isn't it rich that The View is saying she got the job based on looks when DEI is all about